Made it to the Haibike booth, Interbike 2015. I'm with the Director of Sales, Ken Miner. How's it going, Ken?
Oh, it's been a fantastic show for us.
Oh my gosh, I've seen
experience.
all the bikes at Outdoor Demo Day. People are super excited. You've got just tons of models. Can you tell me what's new for 2016?
Sure, we've got a new X-Duro 3 with a new motor and a streamlined down tube.
An X-Duro, that's the Bosch system.
That's correct.
Can you point it out?
Yeah, we've got 4 of our models over here.
Let's go check them out.
Yeah, let's look at these. We're going to start over here with our Hard 9, our 29er. We got the new Bosch Performance line with the CX motor.
What does that mean? Performance line CX is a 20 mile per hour top
This
speed?
is a 20 mile per hour, but it does have a little more torque now. It goes up to 75 Newton meters.
Oh my gosh, better climbing ability.
Better climbing, and it has a lower cadence before it kicks in. Okay. So now you need about 20 RPMs at a minimum, and then it takes off for you. So
and
nice.
The systems, they sense like your pedal speed, your bicycle speed, and your kind of torque, right?
Yeah, exactly. So it measures 1,000 times a second.
Yes.
And so you got your speed sensor back here in the back.
Yep.
And then within the motor, you have a torque sensor and a cadence sensor.
Okay, sweet. And then I'm seeing like a full suspension, this full 9 here, so it's a 29er with full suspension.
Yeah, and so we don't have the Bosch system here at the show right now, but we do have the Yamaha version. So this is also new for us.
Okay.
In 2016 is the new S-Duro lineup.
S-Duro, Yamaha. Okay, got it.
Exactly.
And this one, I hear it's like 250 watts versus 350. Is that right?
Well, it starts, they all have a peak range, so it peaks out at 500 watts.
Okay,
So
sweet.
depending on your setting.
How about the Newton meters here? You said that one was like 70?
75 and 70.
75 and 70. Okay,
Yeah, so
wow. This is still a step up because last year's Bosch system was like 60.
Exactly.
Awesome.
And with this one, you have a 0 cadence takeoff. So as soon as you're ready to go, it's ready to go.
That's awesome. Okay, cool. So we got the 2 different motor systems here.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing a Hard 7 and all mountain and oh my gosh.
The thing about this one is our Hard 7 Plus. So that's a 27.5 Plus version, also in the Bosch in this case. We have it with a full suspension for the S-Duro side in the Yamaha.
Okay.
So one thing we tried to do this year is cover all wheel sizes, whether that's 26, 29, 700C for trekking, and now fat bikes, and of course the 27 Plus.
So we're talking about fat bikes. Tell me about this thing. I'm seeing a full suspension fat bike.
So much fun. Yeah, so we have our full suspension S-Duro full fat 6.
Okay.
120 mil travel on this bike.
Oh my gosh.
This has been the talk of the show for us, really.
Wow.
Everyone's super excited about this one. Of course, you get the Yamaha motor, with 0 cadence, and I think it's a go anywhere bike.
I love the quick release. It looks like on front and rear, because when you've got a bike with such big tires.
Yeah, exactly. The Bluto front fork with the through axle. Also new back here is our new downhill machine. So this is 200 millimeter travel, double crown fork with the Bosch system.
Yeah, man, I remember looking at that just from last year's version, just this extremely long travel for going downhill.
Well, last year
the colors.
we topped out at 180 mil travel with
the
Enduro.
Now we're at 200?
This is 200. We still have the Enduro, but we've gone to, again, trying to cover all our bases from the hardtail up to 200 millimeters travel.
Take on anything. So these, I know these end up being more expensive. Do you have any price points for some of these, like the downhill model here?
Well, like this one comes in at 8,900.
Wow.
And in general, you'll see the Bosch is positioned much higher in the price range than the Yamahas.
Okay. Well, one of the bikes over here that caught my attention. What is this? It's a Hard 7.
This is the Hard 7 SM, our special model.
Is that what SM stands for?
Yeah.
That's awesome. It's for special people, right?
So
here.
what you get is our standard high quality hydroformed aluminum frame.
Okay.
Just like you get maybe on the Hard 9 up here.
Yep.
You get the same standard Yamaha motor that we're using across on all S-Duro lines and batteries, but our price point comes in at $2,500, $2,499.
That is awesome. Yeah, I have a bike that looks this cool. It's got the mid-drive system. The battery is connected to the down tube, but I love the design actually.
The way it's really almost seamless from the bottom bracket into the battery up the
really
the down
sleek.
tube.
Yeah, and it almost seems like the motor's just a little higher or something because the plastics.
The nice part about the Yamaha is that you can put a front derailleur on it. This one happens to just have a single chain ring and a chain guide.
Yeah.
But right back here you can see you can mount a front derailleur. It's just a standard sprocket, 4-bolt sprocket.
As I understand it, the Bosch system has sort of shift detection. Does the Yamaha also have that?
Yes, it does.
And is it kind of software driven, so like it just senses that you're shifting on either one of those?
Exactly.
Derailleurs?
With that 1,000 times a second, especially in the Bosch that it measures, it knows whether when you kind of let up, and we all do a little bit, or change our our rhythm a little bit. And so the Bosch knows that, and it takes back the power so you don't have any damage or wear on the chain that you wouldn't want.
Is Yamaha measuring the same sorts of things, the speed,
yes,
the cadence?
Absolutely. And yeah, excuse me. You can see the speed sensor, and then of course the cadence and torque sensor inside.
Awesome. Yeah, they both, again, all your models look really awesome, and I love the colors and stuff. I also, I'm a fan of utility, so it looks like, is this one of the trekking models? You got the lights, you got suspension, and a rack.
Yeah, we have an upgraded rack. This is, of course, our S Duro, but it's an upgraded rack from last year. We've got a little bit different lights. We're using a different tray lock version on this. But one of the nice parts, if you see on this battery, this is actually our low step model.
Yeah, super low.
Very tight against here, but the Yamaha battery goes out to the side.
Oh, kind of slides out.
Instead of pulling out this way, the Yamaha battery goes this way. So we can get a very nice low step through that we weren't able to have last year.
That's huge.
Yeah.
That's really cool. It gives you, I don't know, I guess you can work with a wider audience of riders, people who might be petite or have like a lower inseam.
Right, exactly.
That kind of thing.
Obviously we have a nice booth here, but we don't have all our models. We have 51
oh my
models
gosh, 51.
For 2016.
Okay, okay, and that's, as I understand it, there are so many because you have like a step-through version as well as high step.
That's true.
How many independent models are there?
It comes down to 48 unique models. You can see right here we have a high and a low step, right?
Yeah.
These are identical bikes. The only change is the step-through. So if you consider these one, it's about 48.
Okay, and this is kind of one of my first times looking at the system, but you've got sort of a power indicator, charge indicator on the battery pack, and you've got the display panel here. Is that removable on the Yamaha?
It is. One of the things also that we didn't point out on both our Bosch and our Yamaha drive systems is this little riser bar. It's a little more pronounced up here on the trekking.
Yeah.
But what we've done is we've put on riser bars instead of straight bars. It kind of protects the display a little bit from any sort of impact.
Yeah.
And in order to keep the same riding quality, we've actually put a negative stem on there so that to counteract for that riser.
They tend to be very active, your bikes.
Yeah, exactly.
And with this one, bringing it up a little more because it's a trekking bike. You're going around town, maybe like heads up a little bit. But I love that this display is also removable, and you've got kind of the independent button pad, fairly reachable there. Can we walk back over to these other ones here? I wanted to get another closer look at the Bosch system. So this looks like a very similar battery. Is this backwards compatible?
Yes, it is the same battery as last year. It's a 400 watt-hour battery.
Okay. Just a new interface. Look at that.
A new interface. It really secures the battery in there much tighter. You can see how we've rotated the motor just a little bit to make it as seamless. Very similar to the Yamaha.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, and the casing and stuff, it's just more minimal.
Exactly. Exactly. I think there's a 38% visual reduction with the new Bosch.
That is awesome. And this one, I mean, there's so much to talk about. It's got the seat post dropper and all this stuff. The same Intuvia display with the remote button pad, it looks like.
Yeah.
And the USB charger, right? There's like a little mini USB.
Yeah, up on top of that, there's a little battery that keeps that running.
Yeah.
And you can keep that rolling, yeah.
Can you charge stuff off of that? I think I've tried it in the past where you can like hook in your iPhone and it's like 5 milliamps.
Yeah, you can get a little bit of charge. You can at least maintain what you have.
But it's kind of it's a little bit lower.
Right.
Okay, that's cool. Does the Yamaha system have anything like that on their display?
No, there is no USB on this. If there's any sort of service that needs to be done, it happens with our service down in the motor area.
Sweet. Can I turn this one on?
Absolutely.
So how do I do that?
So right on the top is the button. You can see it right up here.
Power button.
You go ahead and push that.
Boom. There we go.
It'll go through a quick diagnostics, and then you're up and running.
Sweet. Okay, I see my speed. Like power. What is?
Power is off, so you can use the arrow keys to go up and down. So if you push the first one, you get Ecoplus. So last year in Europe, the Yamahas had 3 settings: Eco, Standard, and High.
Okay.
This year we have 4 in the U.S. Eco Plus, which is the minimal power assist. Eco, Standard, and High.
What is the plus? Yeah, it should be like Eco Minus or something.
Well, that could
extra be, eco-friendly. Okay, I get it.
The way you think about the Eco Plus, though, it's really there as the minimum power output, maximum battery, really overcomes the extra weight of the.
So it's like you're riding a non-electric. Exactly. It's like the weight, it makes up for that. I love that. That's a great feature. It's neat that they included an extra drive mode. So you've got the Eco Plus. If I continue to arrow up, I got Eco, Standard, and then High. And these ones have 20 mile per hour top speed? Same?
Yes.
Just like,
yes.
Okay.
We do have 4 models coming in from the Bosch side with 28 mile an hour.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I love that. 4 models. Do you know which ones they are?
Yeah, we have a full 7 for the mountainside.
Full suspension.
Yeah, exactly. We have a trekking. an urban, which is coming back, and then our drop bar race.
Love it. Okay, like the road bikes. They're so much fun. They look amazing, and you're used to going faster if you're on a road bike. So I love that you have that. And you mentioned the urban. That was more affordable last year.
Right.
Do you know the price point on that, like the Speed Pedelec Urban?
It's going to be similar to what it was last year. So depending on the build, it's going to come in around 58, 55.
Okay, sweet. Does it have the cool lights too? I remember the
yeah, it still has the integrated lights.
I love those.
Same with the race. Yeah,
but, well, I know there's so much to talk about here, and it's awesome. But we're at the show. You got stuff to do. So thank you for the time. I'm definitely going to be spending some time with these, trying to review them all this year. I got my hands full. But Ken, it's been a real honor and a pleasure.
Court, good to talk to you.
Thank you so much, and keep it up, man. This is so cool.
Thank you.
Later.
Bye.